Yeah.
Things a little bit easier. And does she have other dogs?
I don't think she has any dogs right now, but her family has a ton of dogs.
Okay. Yeah, so she might have a little bit harder time with guests coming and going in the beginning then. And so figuring out what her...
I have a ton of
Oh, you have good
treats.
stuff too.
Hi.
You have good stuff too. So the flying leap stuff, is that usually once she's used to someone?
It's usually like when they're running out in the backyard and they're just like having fun. And I do like a walk around the backyard and like because the littlest one, Winston, typically won't leave my side, so I have to walk him around the backyard for him to pee.
Yeah. It's like
and then
living at a doggy daycare.
Yep.
You gotta take the lap.
So when she goes running around, she'll like run in the backyard and she'll like squat.
Okay.
And she does her thing. And then afterwards she's like, oh hey, I'm free!
Yeah,
and then she like does these running leaps into me. And I'm like,
Girl.
God, and I know it's just she's happy.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm just like, but you need to stop
Yeah,
that.
it's too much. Huh?
So
So that's stuff that she might see a little bit later on. I think it's going to be the fear stuff that's going to be the big issue to begin with.
yeah, because I find like, I mean, but she settled down pretty good so far.
Yeah.
Like, you know, with that woman, she didn't settle.
Right.
She just totally was like, I don't like you, and that was just it.
Yeah, I mean,
you know?
and it's definitely a higher stress situation too.
Yeah, but I think that lady had, I know this is going to sound weird, but like bad juju.
Yeah, some
like,
people do.
You walk up to her and like I immediately had kind of like, you know, and so it was just, you had a good job. See, she does so much better when she's alone.
Yeah. Yeah, she just gets amped up with all the activity going
because
on.
like with everybody else, she's like, oh, I want to be first.
Yeah, you're one of those. Girl, you're so smart. She's like not sure she wants to be behind her.
Yeah. She's a good girl. God, you're like acting all like perfect and shit. I'm going, jeez.
You're not comfortable enough yet, that's why.
I'm like, damn, I'm not used to you being so good.
Look. Yes. Girl.
Yeah, I've been trying to do the look, like, you know, watch me.
Yeah.
Hey there.
She went down for me, so I was like, I can tell you've been working.
Been trying.
Yeah.
It's been a lot because, like, it took me until 3 months ago to actually get her potty trained.
Oh, gosh.
I sat there. I didn't think it was going to happen.
Look, hey, look. I didn't drop it. Yes. Girl. You're all right.
The thing that has helped
Yes,
is they built like their little campground back there.
Oh.
So a couple of months ago, all of a sudden this got erected. So I was like, oh, so you could no longer see all the people in the backyard.
So brought all the anxiety and everything.
So yeah, so I was like, that's awesome.
That's really good.
I generally don't have her running around the house because she gets a little like,
She gets too amped up.
yeah.
Okay.
And so if I'm working or whatever,
There you
that's she's starting to.
Now you're starting to get comfy. That's what we want to see.
Yep. And I sit there and I'm like, please don't do that. You know, because if I'll sit down and I'll start like, you know, crocheting or whatever, and all of a sudden you have like 75-pound dog going, I want to be on you.
Yeah.
You know.
A lot of licking. You're definitely an anxious type dog.
She's definitely, yeah. She, like, that's something that drives me crazy. I'll be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
The licking, because like I will come outside and I'm like, say I'm going someplace and I want to just let them out and pee. I never get to do it because it's like I always have to go back in and change because she runs around the yard and then she'll have like crap in her mouth. And then she comes over and she's like, what? And I'm just like, so I always have to have like several change of clothes because she constantly needs to lick you. You know, or she's always got to have her face on you somehow. And I sit there and I'm like, really need to stop that. Like, so when you try to pet her, she's constantly licking you at the same time. It's like constant.
I know. Off. Can you sit? I know. Sit. Yeah. There you go. You don't need my face. think you do, but you don't. Girl. Good girl. And the crate, safe place, happy in there. Does she like the crate bars or anything?
She doesn't. She does.
Okay.
She's not a fan of the crate,
Okay.
probably because she's in it a lot.
Yeah.
But hey, good girl. Good girl. Thank you,
At
baby.
least you're food motivated.
Very. Like
Got
she
that
loves.
going
She
for
likes to so-called fetch, but it's more like, you know, I'll go get it, and
Yeah.
then you can chase me for
Okay.
it.
Off. Good girl. Sit. Yes. 1,000 pounds. So that'll be good. It'll slow you down a little. Right? Yes. Good girl.
Good girl.
Yeah.
I think she's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, there's little tweaks.
Mm-hmm.
I think, honestly, and I'm being very honest,
Yeah.
it's me. It's me.
Oh, it's partially her.
You know, because I sit there,
It's partially
I lose
you.
my
You're a
patience
nervous girl. Yeah.
for the constant excitability like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That drives me fucking crazy. And I'll sit there, I turn away and
Yeah.
I walk away, and then she'll like get me from the side, and I'm
Yeah,
just like,
behind and then start to grab.
And I'm
all
like,
that sort of stuff.
you know,
Yeah.
I'm like, I understand it just means that she's super happy with me and
Yeah.
everything. I love
I mean, and if she's an anxious dog, it could also just be like that nervous energy amping
Yeah.
up too.
And you know, and it's just like constant. So after a while, I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay,
We need a break. Everybody needs a break sometimes.
yeah. And like, she'll get there. The reason why I like lost my shit was like, there was this like, it was nonstop for like a whole week of
Yeah.
just that. Like
Yeah.
she was just like, okay,
Okay.
I'm jumping.
No,
I'm
it's
jumping.
too much, and especially if you have other things going on.
Between like, you know, just family stuff going on,
Yeah.
taking care of some of my elderly family,
Yeah.
and I couldn't
work.
deal with it,
Yeah.
and I lost my shit.
Yeah,
And I sat there and I'm like,
that's a natural.
and then I
reaction.
sat and cried
Yeah.
because I'm going,
Doesn't you feel bad about it?
there's nothing actually that she's doing
Right.
bad.
Yeah.
She's just ridiculously happy.
You go, girl.
I limit her water
Okay.
because of the fact that she will drink and drink and drink and drink and drink.
Okay.
And, like she
Yeah.
literally she'll go through like 5 quarts of water in like a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And I sit there and I'm like, you need to stop that, you crazy Koopa.
Yeah.
Huh? Because then you can't hold it.
She has trouble settling unless you tell her to. It sounds like.
No, she
or just,
doesn't.
You just crate her.
I crate her because she doesn't settle.
Okay.
If there's somebody out, this kitten's always out.
Yeah.
So she doesn't know how to like just kind of chill. I would love her to be able to just relax.
Yeah.
And oftentimes, like, you'll get her for a couple of minutes, and then she's off.
Yeah.
You know, and then she's, like, running up the stairs, and she's grabbing stuff, like, anything that's at mouth level,
Yeah.
or sometimes higher, she will grab it, and she'll take it with her, and she's running down the stairs, and I'm like, what am I doing?
So I would work on teaching her a place cue, which her next person might know how to do already, but
Yeah.
that would be my thing, is like working on teaching her to settle. So like getting her either alone in the yard or vice versa, put everybody else outside and have her inside, and designate a bed or a mat.
Yeah.
To just teaching her to like first put herself on it, then
Yeah.
sit down, then lie down, then stay there. Just so that she learns like, okay, instead when you get worked up, instead of like the jumping, the mouthing, you lie down instead. So it's just that practice of that repetition. They do really well with that. What you're telling me about like the excessive drinking and the licking and just seeing how she's a little bit nervous at first. We'll see. Hopefully this person will adopt her and they can see how things go. But she might be a dog that at some point in her life needs a little bit of medicinal help.
Yeah, I sit there, I think that honestly,
Yeah.
my Labrador was like this,
Yeah.
you know? Wasn't so jumpy.
Yeah.
She wasn't much of a jumper.
Glad that
She
you're
was
not
just
gonna make
very,
on me. You're being very good about like next to me.
I think she's learned because I tend to like, I'll put the knee
Yes.
up and
Protect
I'm just
yourself.
like,
Yeah.
because oftentimes she's knocked me down,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is why I'm in physical therapy.
Oh gosh. Yeah,
she got me again this weekend, which I didn't see her coming, and she knocked me right on my ass. And they're like, "Why are you in so much pain again?" And I'm sitting there, I'm like,
It
"Well,"
happened again.
I'm like, "The dog knocked me over again." They're like, "Oh," I'm like, "I know." Daisy, man,
Good girl.
good job. You finally do that. That took a while. Getting
Yeah.
her to come when called, like a good baby. That was like a big thing.
Yeah.
Because she does that too.
Yeah, she's your nervous girl. You're a nervous
I'm
girl.
like, what is that?
You're just dodging hands. So let's. Oh, I'd like to teach her to touch. Sit. Go over there. Go find it. Take yourself away from me for a second. I know that was just kibble and not delicious chicken.
Wait a minute, that was good stuff.
We can get you a little bit more comfortable with things. Yes. Just teach her to target her nose to her hands. A little bit more. Touch. Accessible. So what was her background again? Did they know?
I honestly don't know. I got her from the adopters
Oh,
that
gotcha.
gave her back.
Touch. Yes.
And I honestly think they were, I think the guy was hitting her, you know, because she still has moments where she's just like, whoa, you know,
Yeah.
like you go to do something
Yeah.
and she's just
a little
like,
hand-shy.
she gets freaked out and she'll run away from me.
Touch. Is she more nervous with men than women in general, or it doesn't seem to matter?
Doesn't seem to matter, but then again, there aren't really any guys here, so
Hard to tell.
it's hard to say. She does know shape.
Okay. I saw that she was trying to give me her paw. Touch. Yes. I think you're smart.
She's crazy smart.
Touch. Yes. Oh. Touch. Not yet. Not yet. Come down is nice. You're gonna pop back up though, aren't you? Touch. Yes. Oh. The potential adopter, is she in a home, in an apartment?
She's in a house. They have a completely fenced in yard.
Oh, yes. Oh, good.
So I'm like, that's perfect. I'm like, because I don't think she would do well without a fence.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. You said you have trouble walking right now?
walking is like impossible. So she's so crazy on a leash that it's very hard for me. You know, I think if I didn't have the back issue, I'd probably be able to handle her better. But she gets very like wackadoo on a leash. I feel bad because it's like I sit there and go, I'd like to be able to walk her, but I haven't been able to do it other than in like
Well, I mean,
the enclosed space.
She gets plenty of exercise just with the dog in the
Yeah.
yard, so.
Yeah, I usually have I have a bunch of balls and toys, and I'm just constantly throwing something, and she's running to get it.
Yeah. Oh. Where it came from? Touch. Touch. Yes, good girl. You're so smart. Are you so smart? Touch. Yes. No, your aim is a little off, but it's okay.
Daisy. She's like, I'll touch the one with the food in it.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count you. I mean, she definitely would rather kind of like be beside you or behind you when you pet her. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
Off the dirt.
Yum yum.
Nothing
Huh?
like a mouthful of dirt. Touch. There you go. Get it
Touch.
eventually.
Yes. A little drive by, but you did it. Oh. And so, like a licky mat might be something for the new person to invest in. And she may or may not know what that is, but
I have a feeling
dogs-
she knows.
yeah, the
Touch.
dogs that do a lot of that licking, it helps release serotonin, and so if you can channel it to an object rather than
Oh,
yourself,
good girl.
that is sometimes a lot less annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's. And I know it's me. Like there's certain things that drive me like that. That.
Yeah. Oh, we don't love that. Is it? Does she play tug?
No, she's weird with it. She'll play tug with other dogs.
Okay.
She won't play tug with me.
Interesting.
Like she gets nervous and then she goes away. And I sit there and I'm like, okay. I'm like, I can get my Labrador to do it and I can get like the little one to do it, but she won't do it.
Okay.
She'll drop it.
Okay.
She like tentatively like will pull it a little bit, then she runs away.
Because that's one thing that's good for like building confidence, but also if she's one that like gets worked up, like teaching her to like get worked up and then settle down, get worked up and then settle down.
Yeah. That's what I have a hard time is how to get her to shut down.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, she's crazy. Now how do I walk? You know?
Do you have like a dog bed or anything that you can bring up to the yard to work with
Yeah.
a little bit?
I apologize for the smell of cat feet.
Oh.
There's a towel over
That's
here.
what happens when these cats out. Yes. Perfect. What's we eating on this?
Huh. I always got some shit around the house. Huh.
You like me, an excess of all the dog and cat things. Yes. Oh, so I'm just gonna encourage her. She puts her feet on it. I'm just gonna say yes and feed her. And by feed her, I mean feed the bed. Yes. Something's good. Yes. Yes. Girl. Yes. Yes. Well, we lost you. You were too quick. You had all 4 feet and then nothing. Yes. What does this smell like?
Sounds like pretty much everybody in the house. They all use it.
Yeah.
Cats
Communal
use
bed.
it.
You're investigating. Now you're on to me. What is that? Some chicken poo? Yes. Yes.
Girl.
Yes. A little fatter. Oh yes, hi. Good job. Look at you. Yes. You're not all the way on, but that's nice. Do you like that bed? Do you like it? Yes.
There we go.
Yes, good girl. Welcome's got the good stuff too. There you go. Ready? Okay. Well, see if you can do that again. I bet you can. I think you're smart.
Good job.
Yes. Look at Joe. She's like a genius. You are a genius.
Oh, she's gonna be a dog trainer's dream. Yes. You are so good. Yes. Okay. Yes.
Now, do we name it like?
We
go to your
will. I want
place?
her to come in and go down right away, and then that's when we name it. Correct.
Gross.
Yeah.
You're making yuck yuck noises. Nah. Yeah, see,
That's
slobber
a
on
heck
the
of
side of you.
a wasp on that down there.
Yeah. Murder hornets.
Yeah, seriously. Okay. You got distracted. We lost it. We lost ya. You can figure it out. No cheating. Yes. There you go. Just making sure this is what you actually want. Okay. Yes. Girl, look at those watch marks. Look at look. You have trouble finding food, but that's okay. Yes. Very good.
Oh man.
You are so cute. And so smart.
Like a good girl.
Okay. Hey, if you do that again, we can name it. And the belly of mine is in the way these days.
Where you going, girlfriend?
Hoping for some water.
Where you going?
You hoping for some water? Salty
Is it
liver
okay to
treats.
give her any?
Yeah, she can have a little.
Didn't want to like do it unless it was okay.
She's comfortable. Better to be comfortable. Do you think you'll take a break from fostering for a while after she goes? Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, everything else. Yeah. Yep. Right. Yeah, something unique.
Someday I'll have a nice yard. Someday.
Or nice yards are overrated. Dogs are better than nice.
True. It's just my house is really, really, really muddy.
Oh, I
Really
bet.
fast.
Yeah.
And I sit there and I'm like, yeah.
They'll have to do AstroTurf or something. I live in Phoenix. Down the big grass.
I have thought of doing the fake
Easy.
grass.
Come on. That's enough. Good girl. Back to it. Are you just gonna drink until it's gone? Really?
Yeah. Like when she drinks, she goes to
Gets
town.
obsessed.
Yeah. She sort of like she hones in on something and then she just keeps doing it. You know. like an anxiety thing.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Huh, baby girl.
Oh, come back and let's work. Yes. We'll do a couple, and then we'll name it. Oh, I dropped one. Can I find it? Good job. Okay. Of course. Yes. Of course, you hesitate on the one I wanted to name. You're a big dog. Oh, goodness. Works. Okay. Plates. Yes. Oh. You didn't realize how big this tree is here. Yes. Nice. Good job. Okay. Nice. Nice.
I totally
Okay.
picture her with those mats, the talking mats.
Oh.
You know,
Oh,
like
yeah,
where you
yeah, like
step
it, yeah,
with
yeah.
the buttons
Yeah.
and everything. Oh, like she'd be perfect
Yeah,
for that.
you know exactly what you want. Yes. A little slower now. Okay. I'll have you see if you can let her to do it. Just kind of go over and let her do it herself, and if she does it quickly, you can say please. Please. So do a yes if it's a slow down from a sit, and place if she jumps up and goes right down. Here you go. Excuse me. I need some water too. I think I'm in the car and I need to pop. Pop. Oh, your mom's the one who has the food. Oh. Yes, plate. That was
Plate.
a good one. Oops, got it. Okay.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Great.
Isn't it so different when you have multiple dogs to like just have like focus on one?
Yep.
The same at my house. I'm like, oh, so
It is,
nice.
yeah.
Do this every once in a while.
And they usually like all spring and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, good lord.
Place.
Oh.
Place.
Good girl.
And the next one, see if you can ask her before she gets there on her own. Place. Yes.
Good girl. You get a double for that one.
Very smart.
Place. Good girl.
He's like, yeah. This is good for you. Tire out your brain.
Easy place.
I know this happens sometimes. It's like, in front of you? Nope, on the bed.
Place.
Yes.
Good
She
girl.
is
Good.
really smart.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem.
Yeah.
That was part of the
The
problem.
anxious dogs always are. They always are.
I think those two things go hand in hand.
They have too much to think about.
Yeah.
Daisy. Place. Place.
Good.
Good girl. Good place.
She's really good. I mean, she just needs a little time to work through it, and she's like right there. I could see how she could like run someone around though. Like, just what if I do this? Okay, now this is what I'm gonna do instead forever.
Yeah, I've had times where it's like, you know, we'd be like, okay, every time she go to the crate, let's go to the crate, go to the crate, go to the crate, and then she just decided, nope, I'm gonna make you chase me now
Oh,
every
boy.
time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it became an issue where
Yeah.
it's like she wouldn't go in her crate,
Yeah,
and I
they're
was
just like back to square one.
yeah, and I was like, what are you doing? And she drove me crazy, and, and then I started just like, I would grab her by the collar when we come in. I keep the door closed so she can't run.
Yep.
And so then when I'm at the door, I
Yeah, you
grab
can
her
just bring her
collar
in.
and I walk her to the
Yeah.
crate. And I'm like, let's go in.
Yep. End that game.
Yep. Because I was getting tired of trying to chase her. Place. Place.
Good.
Oh, good girl, good place.
Yeah. And so then you would reinforce the stay. So like go up to her, feed her one, walk back.
Place. You know, can you place?
Nope, not quite. Good try. Nope. You can't throw yourself onto it that way. You're gonna have to get up.
She does this thing. Oh, come on. Huh. I know. Oh, go to your place.
So close. Come on, girl. Yes.
Good girl. Good place.
Great job. Mama likes you. Yeah. I love it when you actually know what you're doing. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
glasses.
Oh boy.
That's it.
Oh, we don't like that. Sit.
Yeah, you need a bloody nose one day.
Hurts.
Yeah, I was like, I thought she broke my nose.
Oh no.
I was like, no. I'm like, I know you're happy. but
Not
that's what
people's
you do.
faces. It's not cool.
My girlfriend.
Yeah, and so for the new
Place.
person, she'll probably know, but I would say like, just don't give her access to your face because it seems like when she does that one first little lick, it's like everything else that she gets obsessed with. It's like, now I need your face. And
Yeah.
she'll jump up to get it.
Good place. Who's crying? Stay there. Good girl. Good girl. Stay there.
Look at it. Good job.
Go to your place.
Not quite.
She's like laughing at me.
Yeah. You have a good amount of patience when you're working on training.
Good place. Stay. Good girl.
And so don't even say stay, because place will mean go there, lie down, and stay. Just all imply.
Okay. Place. Good girl.
And then the big emphasis is on the like okay for the release.